In 1986, John Carpenter had Big Trouble in Little China. The US movie, with costs of $25 million, pulled in America less than half of its budget back. It was a commercial flop, but was with the years successful on video and could build a cult following. In San Francisco's Chinatown, the young Chinese restaurant owner Wang Chi expects his fiancée Miao Ying from Beijing at the airport. But she gets kidnapped by the street gang Lords of Death, minions of the industrialist David Lo Pan. Trucker Jack Burton wants to help his friend.
Alright, what's going on, Wang? Why'd they steal your girl?
But makes acquaintance with black magic, a 2,000-year-old spirit, flying swordsman and strange mythical creatures. Director John Carpenter has this time many of his proven team from Escape from New York and The Thing, in front and behind the camera. Special effects legend Richard Edlund, who has delivered with Star Wars, Indiana Jones or Ghostbusters great work, took many motifs from Chinese tradition and mythology. Much of the cast are Asian actors, like James Hong as the villain David Lo Pan, Victor Wong as Ek Shen, or even the actual lead Dennis Dun as Wang Chi. The movie was his most ambitious and expensive project till then, in which alone the soundtrack was more expensive than the entire Halloween movie. He made even the first time a music video with his old 70s college band Cub Odysee, in which the master himself sings the vocals. Also the Fright Night 2 director Tommy Lee Wallace and Michael Myers actor and The Last Starfighter director Nick Castle.
You can feel the wind is rising, baby, now the truth is here.
The music had deliberately a rock sound, not wanting to use the usual Western stereotypes when it came to the presentation of Chinese culture.
Take us away, take us away. Big trouble in Little China.
The soundtrack from the proven team Carpenter Howard contains not only the excellent score but also the vocal version of the title song. The figures of the three storms also appear in a different version in the Japanese cult classic Lone Wolf and Cub, Baby Cart at the River Styx, the second movie of the outstanding 6-part Okami series. Here we meet a Japanese version of the three storms, with a big similarity in their looks. And even their name, Gods of Death, reminds of the street gang Lords of Death in Big Trouble in Little China. But they do not possess magical powers. More about the movie that started the ninja wave in the 80s in the Lone Wolf and Cub special.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there. It's a pretty amazing planet we live on here, and a man would have to be some kind of fool to think we're all alone in this universe.
The first time I heard something about Big Trouble in Little China, the movie finished its theatrical run and hits VHS. This time I knew it was a flop in the cinema, and with low expectations the movie blew me away. A never seen before explosion of action and special effects. This movie is entertainment cinema at its finest. The enthusiasm of the excellent cast jumps right out of the screen and infects the audience. The story is a rapid, non-stop roller coaster ride in style of a classic western. Fight scenes are choreographed perfectly, stunningly staged. Kurt Russell gives a parody of his characters in Escape from New York and The Thing. Jack Burton is really funny and has lots of iconic one-liner. The sheer endless imagination with the created characters and the love for the detail make the movie extremely extremely watchable. The presentation of Chinese culture and mythology is intelligently integrated into the story and acts at no time forced or placed. The Three Storms are a perfect example how not to simply copy a similar element from another movie, but evolve it logically and make it even far superior than the original. In Big Trouble, They Live and The Thing, Carpenter expected too much from his audience. These movies were far ahead of their time, either technically or for their complex content. Also, the incompetent marketing, which had no idea how to sell these movies because they did not understand them, was no help either. And so they became initially flops, but through the years they found their audience. And today they represent an important part of pop culture, appearing in movies, literature, comic books, games or music.
I stumble into town just like a sacred cow. Visions of swastikas in my head, plans for everyone. It's in the way of my eyes.
And I would be happy and my curse would be lifted.
Go off and rule the universe from beyond the grave.
Indeed!
Or check into a psycho ward, whichever comes first, huh?
You shouldn't mess with me. I'll ruin everything you are. You know, I'll give you television. I'll give you eyes of blue. I'll give you a man who wants to rule the world. And when I get excited, my little China girl says, oh baby, just you shut your mouth. She says,
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
she says,
It's all in the reflexes.